Ladies and gentlemen,
we're back here on Good Morning Bushwick, here at First Live Studio, here at 219 Central Avenue in Bushwick, Brooklyn, New York.
Yes, sir.
And you guys already know how we do. And, I wanted to talk to you about this because it's something I've been seeing online for the last few weeks. And I don't want to say it bothers me, but it's starting to annoy me. I'm not even part of the generation, but I'm part of the generation doing it and leading it. And it's the OK Boomer memes. Everything right now is OK Boomer. OK Boomer.
Which, as you explained, was basically millennials blaming boomers for their problems.
Generation Xers, our generation.
What are we?
We be Generation Xers. We're not quite millennials. We're like in between millennials and Generation X. We're like that weird.
Is that why they did Degeneration X?
Kinda, but we're like in that weird between. And it's to me, just seeing it when I see the reasons behind it, the reasons for everything, is I get that our generation, we've been screwed over. We discussed this, and I had this talk with my dad the other day. We were sold a bill of goods in school, and it was all faulty. We sold the lemon, so to speak, by what we were told was the American dream for us to prosper and get ahead in life, go to school, do this, do that. A lot of kids, I don't even say a lot of kids, a lot of people we know that went to college, with crazy college debt from student loans. And none of them
don't even do what they got their
none of them in the field for it, man. I told my dad at my current job at the show, we have to deal with a lot of, students and teachers because it's a, tween age show. And I told him the teachers, a lot of them are young, and you can just tell they're not it's bad. We had seasoned veteran teachers, and seeing these teachers now, you could tell have only been doing this a few years because a lot of them look younger than I am. And right now I'm 32, full disclosure, and you could tell that some of them are overmatched. I see them with these kids, and they are overmatched. And
so let me just ask you this, because I'd like to think that me and you don't fall into the category of people who claim to be victims of anything else.
No.
At what point in your education did you realize that you were sold a bullshit dream?
I'm going to say I started realizing it late junior year, definitely in senior year, man. I know there were a lot of teachers who definitely would discourage, dishearten, and I'll even say angry at me for the fact that I chose not to pursue college. And for me, there were no scholarships, no grants on the table. A sports scholarship, when I realized that, was a unrealistic dream.
Why do you say that?
The division we played in, the level of competition. For me to have gotten a sports scholarship, it would have been lucky at best. It would have been a stroke of luck at best, which I didn't think I had a shot at. Realistically, and I'm saying this realistically. And I also realized I never liked school. I did not want to have gone to school already 12 years at that point. I stopped doing homework around 7th grade. 6th, 7th grade, I was fuck homework. Even going after school every day, it's like, nope, don't have no homework. I did my homework in class already. And it was just, I didn't want to do it. I'm passing my tests, I'm passing everything else. I don't want to bring home my homework. But it's like the whole thing, this is about. It's I feel like our generation and the generation behind us blame the generations before, which they do need to take a lot of the blame for, the way the environment is right now, the way laws are right now, some of the people in office, and the fact that we have this, instead of, a chance to make things better years ago, we've always had this, the lesser of two evils attitude. And that's why we're in the situation we're in.
I agree, and I disagree. I agree with the fact that the dream was bullshit, and we for some reason saw that pretty early. But I disagree not with you, but with how people take it. How people take that fact that we've quote unquote been screwed and how they design their life around that. I feel like because we grew up in a church, I was a deep thinker earlier. Like it wasn't about laws or governing officials or anything like that. It was just about like mankind and God and spirits and like the essence of humanity. So when I started realizing that the shit that we were being told in school was garbage, the college dream, bro, I didn't decide I was gonna go to college until 2 weeks before classes start. And Christian told me, he was like, yo, the girl to boy ratio in LaGuardia is like 4-1, bro. I said, how do I sign up? He said, get a $50 money order, take it to the bursar's office, and now you're a college student. And I'm there, and I'm like, yo, I want to study music. All right, so you got to take math, and you got to take science and social like, what the fuck is this? And you see why people try to at least get their way out of the prison that they've built for themselves. But in reality, it don't matter if you have a degree. It don't matter shit, because you still going to be a slave to the mentality that you are blaming someone else for something that you're in control of. You're in control of not what's happening around you, but how you perceive it.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just for me, like, just the whole OK Boomer movement falls in line with this general, I don't want to say disdain, but disdain, and also, what's the right word? I don't want to say, I'm trying to find the right word here, man. I usually say indifferent, and it is like indifference. But, like, I feel the generations before us got screwed the same way, only a little different, and they didn't realize it was happening. And I mean,
And the next generation is gonna get screwed by
us, by
So-
some of the things we're gonna do right now. Some of the policies that are gonna be enacted are going to screw generations after us, and they're gonna be calling us okay Xers, and we're gonna be the ones upset.
The problem is, and this is a problem that I didn't recognize until we started dealing with First Live, because until we started coming here, voting wasn't even like a thought. Because again, I was so distant from the system. When you're a Jehovah's Witness, you're not allowed to vote.
You're taught not to vote, to not be involved in any civic matters.
So now that we have all of these different officials that take care of all of these different things, you're always going to have an opposition. So the fact that we have protesters, we have memes, we have anything that's going to forward a movement, whether it's Me Too, Boomer, or whatever it is, instead of people taking that shit to the internet, like Danny said, go out and fucking vote. Change the officials.
Like, really, I think people, I mean, I tell people all the time, people are really, like, only concentrate on the major federal elections. You need to concentrate on your local elections. Change starts locally. And if things are bad in your area and have been for a long time, you need to look at who's been in office and for how long. And why are things so bad in your area? Why have things not improved over this stretch of your lifetime, over this stretch of your parents' lifetime, over a number of generations? And you look at the people who hold public offices.
Look at what we was talking about before we came on the air, how you were saying that you might have to go to Maritza Davila for a problem in housing. The fact that you know that, and there's a lot of people dealing with the same shit in the same area, that they don't know that they can contact this person and get this problem solved.
Contact their local official. And it's like, and I told you, I don't want to have to go there. I don't want to do that every time. I'd like to just be able to speak to you, but it's like you're lying to me to my face. But that had nothing to do with OK Boomer. But the indifference of the people, like, saying OK Boomer, it's like, like, granted, we have no ideas. It's like for one, like, in this city, a lot of people saying it. Like, one thing in this city that I'll tell you, like, that it just blows my mind in New York City is that we don't have a real recycling program in New York City. Like, New York City, like the way that the fact that this city struggles to recycle, that we don't have a real recycling program. We don't punish people for recycling, and like that's one of the things. And like
it depends the area,
huh?
It depends the area.
Like, you're supposed to recycle, like
the houses.
Like us, like, they sort our garbage, so they don't tell us to like sort it out. They have the ones, like, put it out there if you can, but they sort our garbage because they pick it up and they take it off site and they sort through it and move it to the compactors and whatnot. So they go through it and they they know what to put where.
But in certain places, if you don't have that recycling shit,
if you don't have it,
point, they're gonna find your ass heavy.
And I mean, it's just our generation can do a lot better than we have. And just the indifference of, it's just, we'll make fun of it and we'll just make memes about it. that doesn't change anything. I think our generation, most information that people are getting is in the form of memes. And I think that's part of the problem because you're only getting an incomplete picture.
That's the culture right now.
You get
The culture is quick laughs.
quick laughs, quick entertainment, quick turns, and
that's it.
that's how you get
Like
job
people's
quickly.
attention span is at an all-time low right now.
I agree to that. I agree to that 100%.
And because of that, they voice themselves in these ways that are ineffective. It's just like, I'm not saying to go get a fucking picket sign and start marching the streets, because sometimes that shit is ineffective too. That gets you fucked up. That gets you locked up. But if you have a problem, Google the solution.
Like actually Google the problem
Don't-
and see where the problem began.
don't
And
just
the
place blame
problem
because-
didn't begin where you got into it. That problem began long before it. So see what's come before that and how it got to there, and like actually see a way to get rid of it.
and know what the problem is. Know why you're upset. Because if you're just upset because everyone
Someone
else
tells
is
you to be upset, and
what
that's
is
the
that,
thing
that,
too.
that gang mentality or the
Groupthink, the groupthink mentality, the mob mentality, mob think. And there are a lot of people like that who, if you ask them, yo, why are you angry? Can you explain to me what you're upset about? And they legitimately can't. And people don't realize that. Like people, like I feel people, like our generation has a lot to be angry about, man. And I feel the generations behind us have even more to be angry about. And the generations that are gonna come behind them are gonna have even way more to be about.
But being angry doesn't get you nowhere.
Get you nowhere. And
'Cause the people that are making the real moves, they're not angry about it. They're calculated. You have to be able to control your anger in order to think clearly. So if all you're doing is just being upset about something that you don't even truly fully understand, because it wasn't even taught to you why you should be angry, because they told you a whole completely different story. The people that are angry, they're probably doing independent research, but they're not digesting all of the information. They take it at surface value, and now they're just upset. Now everybody's just upset. Everybody want to protest this and protest that. That shit ain't going to do nothing for you. That shit, all you got to do is just find out who you need to talk to and talk to them the right way. And a lot could get done like that.
A lot can get done that way. A lot can happen that way. And I mean, memes aren't a movement. Memes are not a movement. I'm tired of the meme movement, man. There's some information getting out in the form of memes that would be great. And then there are memes that give you information that people just ignore because they're not flashy or splashy, or they're not hashtagged properly.
But you know what? To the meme's defense, Epstein didn't commit suicide. That to me is one of the greatest all-time memes.
Oh, one of the greatest because it's trending. But even that, man, it's like you have people who want to like the so-called woke culture, like the woke culture, and it's like to me it's
That's the anti-woke.
Like it's like to me it's like people who are like sharing this, like that don't believe in conspiracy theories. That's all a joke. But Epstein didn't kill himself. It's like that's a conspiracy theory, and like people are.
They charged the guards, right?
They charged 2 of the guards, and they just like the guards didn't take the plea deal. They're saying what I've read online on other media sites, or the guards didn't take a plea deal because they know that by going to trial, they have to give like information. Information has to be made public by making the trial public. So the public's gonna get more information.
Let's see if they last.
Let's see how long the trial lasts. See if it makes it to trial. Honestly.
And with that one, closing statements.
Memes aren't a form of research, man. I hope it starts your research and you do more actual research. But memes aren't a form of research. And if you want exact change, man, find out the actual way, man. Blaming people who aren't at fault for it isn't gonna change anything, man. And it's just gonna leave us where we are now, exacting blame on each other, stuck in a circle, stuck in a loop, and the people who got us to exact blame on each other are just sitting there laughing.
And let your proactivity be as consistent as your angst. If all you're going to do is just be upset, then it's not going to get you nowhere. And creating memes and putting negativity out there, that shit's going to come right back. That's karma.
And I feel like people like you. I feel like the people you said that to. I just forget that share these memes. You said that negativity comes back to people that I feel like share these memes. They're angry and they always have negative shit happening, but you're putting negative energy out there.
They don't believe in the fucking power of the universe. They were sold the dream.
They were sold the dream.
And with that one, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode.
Yes, sir.
Good
See
morning,
you next time on Good Morning Bushwick.